We've learned the chord shapes can move up one note at a time. All of the add-ons to the chord, all the different names, go along with it. The only thing that changes is the root note name. For example, if we take an E major chord and move it up to G, E, F, F sharp, G, it's still G major. You're playing the E major shape starting from G. But what about G minor? G7, G minor 7. We see here 4 different types of E chords: E major, E minor, E7, and E minor 7. These are the 4 most basic shapes of an E chord. When we want to play a G major chord with an E shape, we start with an E major chord. Move it up to G major. Let's say we wanted to play a G minor chord. The only change we have to make is turning that E major chord into an E minor chord. The chord name stays the same, the note changes. E minor, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor. For G7, we'd start with an E7 chord. Move it up, F7, F sharp 7, G7. Minor 7's the exact same way. Start with an E minor 7 chord, F minor 7, F sharp minor 7, G minor 7. Knowing these shapes is extremely handy. Say you're trying to learn a song, and the chord pattern says D, F sharp minor, B minor 7, A. You might know a D major chord, you might not. Say you don't. You can always start with an E chord. It's major, the chord you're wanting is D major. So you can take this E major chord, move it all the way up the neck until you find D on 10th fret. With that same E shape, you'll have D major. Then it calls for an F sharp minor chord. You don't know how to play F sharp minor from an F shape, so start with your E shape, set up E minor, and you can move it up to F sharp. Then it calls for a B minor 7. You're on F sharp minor. Turn that into a minor 7 shape and move it up to B. And lastly, it calls for an A major chord. Here's A. Set up your E major shape, giving you an A major chord. It's all about the note name and the shape. Everything played with just an E shape. With just these shapes, you can play any major chord, any minor chord, any 7 chord, and any minor 7 chord, just starting from a different root note. You can play E minor 7, you could play F major, you could play F sharp 7, G minor 7. Doesn't matter, you can do them all with just one shape.